It's April the 9th. It's a Wednesday. It's about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've been at the farm since a little after 9, and I've been typing for 6 hours, so I need to get loosened up because I'm going to chop and saw a little bit. Way of reference, we got the Camp Creek Foundation Lumberjack Contest at Ramp Festival this Saturday, so anyone in the Beckley, Lewisburg area, please come on up to Camp Creek State Park on Saturday. It might be a little bit cold, but we're having a Lumberjack and Lumberjill event hosted by Brian and Laura Walmsley. So looking forward to that. Yeah, we're going to have some fun. On another side, yesterday I came out to the farm and typed 6 hours, whatever, read a bunch of shit, tons of phone calls yesterday. And I ended up segregating or moving around all the logs that myself, Josh Wilson, Dominic Ruckle, my nephew Brody, hopefully Christy and Renee will give us a hand. And hopefully some of Christy's family will stop by on Sunday to give us a hand moving these logs and getting them wrapped up and stuff for the Wood Chopping Festival. But yesterday I physically moved freaking all 250, 300 blocks in the backyard and put them into piles so that we can press them out to turn the wood for the women's events as well as the open events, including the 3 cube, 5 cube, 140 and cross-cutting events. So we just need to make sure we got enough wood and everything will be good to go. Hopefully we can get all that done on Sunday, wrapped up, marked up, ready to go. Today I'm just going to have some fun and get myself nice and loose. Frankly, my back is sore, tight. From lifting all those logs. And, I'm 56. I'm 55. I'll be 56. And, I am, a couple single butt cuts to get loosened up, got a fresh log up, and might even get my fat ass up a pole, at least a wobbly pole, because we're going to be cutting on a wobbly pole this weekend. A little too aggressive on that last stroke and tried to hammer it off. And usually when you're sawing with aggressive saws, which all my saws have big bellies, you really need to not do that. I've been working so fundamentally on how to make the saw cut since frankly I don't have the strength that I used to have, and so I have to maximize my technique. It's a fine line, and the maestros, the JP Merciers, the Max Merciers of the groups, the people who really pay attention to what the saw was doing in the wood. Dave Jewett, same way, he's masterful at that. Those are the ones that I'm trying to emulate when I'm working on these things, and so better than Hawk Smash, particularly when you can no longer Hawk Smash. Anyone who follows my journey knows that last year I blew my knee out putting up a springboard pole. And so I have been reticent to, or a fancy word for reluctant, to train tree since June of last year. And so, keep them for part of the course. Knee's been surgically repaired. Strength has returned. I can easily squat 150 kgs for sets of 10. I'm not going to squat any heavier than that because, frankly, don't need to anymore. But I've got my rickety pole set up because we're cutting a tree at Camp Creek this weekend. And, frankly, I haven't cut a log on the springboard for a long time. When I injured the knee, it was like 11 days after the injury. Still couldn't bend it, was taking 2,400 milligrams of ibuprofen every day, went to the Steel US Championships and cut my fastest time in fucking 4 years. I cut a 68 or 69 on one friggin' leg. So, yeah, old man can still go. But this is just more about mechanics and then just getting used to the shake and seeing how the knee feels up there. It's always a process. It takes a few times for me to actually grow a set of nuts. Again, part of the process. Part of the process. Tomorrow, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to get that block off the top of the tree and actually hit it with the full handle length. Oh, God, I'm a bitch. But, you know, anyway. So, I just got this is just like an 11-inch beauty. Again, good fence post. So, this is just kind of a warm-up to cut some pines. So, we'll see what happens. This is a 13-inch white pine. I'm going to use that Langdon hard hitter. That's 7 1/4 by 8 1/4. And I'm going to try not to overhit the log and just enjoy the chop. So, yeah, it's a 13-inch log. I don't know how the wood is. So, yeah. There's another 13-inch pine, full 41 inches, not freaking Steel Timber Sports 40 inches, but a real 13. And I'm using an older 66. I think it's my last 66 that I have. I've got 180, and I've got two 88s. One I use in hard hitting. The other one's an Osborne I'll never get rid of. And I got this one 66. I think I have one other 66. Otherwise, everything else small. That's because that's all I can swing. So this axe is way too big for me to be chopping with, but I'm going to chop with it because I'm training. So I think this log's better than the last one. So hopefully if I can cut it less than 24 hits, which is what I cut the last one in, and actually not stick. And what happens when you stick, when you're transitioning from up or down to an up hit to a down hit, is when your body level changes without pulling the axe out. And hopefully I'll be able to correct that with this one. that one again. That was, holy crap, like really good wood. Not hero wood, but it's good. And that axe was actually free in the wood, not like a hard hitter. So I'm gonna flop it over and cut the other half. What do I have to lose? To be positive, that wasn't shitty. So now I'm gonna do one more single, call that a day, cut some underhands, maybe fire up my hot saw. That's a big freaking maybe, because man, hot saws. I can run them. Can't fix them when they break, and they break a lot. In between freaking calls, I had a half-hour call on a situation I'm trying to unfuck, and then I had another half-hour call on a different situation I'm trying to unfuck. So part of being an attorney is unfucking things. You know, as a former trust attorney, I think we should have an unfuck provision. But anyway, it's a huge freaking red oak, I think. It could be a chestnut oak. Who the hell knows? I'm just going to beat the crap out of it. So this is a 14-inch drop on, and I'm using 9-iron because I don't want to take a chance on doing anything to a decent axe. So I'm going to cut half and half. There's no sense in me beating my brains out on this for a full log. I'm trying to cut particularly my drive hit square, and in doing that, I'm double cutting some, and not good, but it's better than it was. I was shit before. I'm a little bit better now, but hopefully this side of the log is better than that other one. Holy crap, that sucked. Ugh. 44-inch pine, but this one's a lot better quality. I'm going to use that 66 in this one. Realistically, if I can cut it under 30 hits, that's a decent cut. But if I have some movement with those 30 hits, so we'll see what happens. Perfect cut for me at this stage of my career would be 13 and 13, but that ain't gonna happen. Not with this axe. Maybe with one of my good axes. .27 hits. Slow, but I'm not trying to race now. I'm probably only going about 75 or 80%, even if that. Obviously, the turn wasn't a jump turn. Not bad for a 44-inch freaking log. Yeah, I'll take it. Opened the freaking scarce up 10 inches. Maybe there's something to that.